Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Have you ever wondered what it's like inside a volcano? It's not just a big mountain. It's a super fascinating and powerful force of nature. Today, we're going on an adventure to talk about a very famous volcano in the United States called Mount St. Helens. You might have heard some news recently that it's been a little shaky, and some people are wondering, is it going to erupt again? Let's find out together. First, let's travel back in time a little. Imagine a beautiful, cone-shaped mountain covered in snow, looking peaceful and quiet. That was Mount St. Helens for a long, long time. But in 1980, it woke up in a big way. It had a massive eruption that changed the mountain forever. It was one of the most significant volcanic events in modern U.S. history. Scientists learned so much from that eruption, and it's why they watch Mount St. Helens so closely today. So what's happening right now? Well, deep underneath the mountain, tiny little earthquakes are happening. When we say tiny, we mean really tiny. Most of them are so small you wouldn't even feel them if you were standing right on top of the volcano. Scientists have special tools called seismometers, which are like super sensitive ears for the earth. They can hear all these little rumbles and shakes that we can't. Over the past few months, these little earthquakes have been happening more often. We're talking about hundreds of them. Now, that might sound scary, but scientists say it's actually pretty normal for a volcano like Mount St. Helens. They call this process recharging. Think of the volcano like a giant soda bottle. Deep underground, there's a big chamber filled with hot, melted rock called magma. That's like the fizzy soda. Over time, more magma slowly rises from even deeper within the earth and tries to squeeze into that chamber. As it moves, it has to push and crack the rock around it to make space. Each time a little piece of rock cracks, it creates a tiny earthquake. So all these little shakes are just signs that the volcano is slowly, very slowly, filling up its magma chamber. It's like slowly refilling that soda bottle. Does this mean it's going to erupt tomorrow? The experts at the United States Geological Survey, or USGS, say no. They are the super detectives who watch all the volcanoes in the country. They've seen this kind of activity before. In fact, Mount St. Helens has gone through several recharging periods since its big 1980 eruption. It's just what active volcanoes do. They're not always sleeping. Sometimes they're just stretching and yawning underground. The earthquakes we're seeing now are very deep, about 3 to 5 miles beneath the surface. If an eruption were coming soon, scientists would expect to see other signs. The earthquakes would get shallower, moving closer to the surface. The ground around the volcano would start to bulge or swell up, kind of like a balloon being inflated. Also, the volcano would start releasing more gases like sulfur, which has a smell like rotten eggs. Right now, we aren't seeing any of those other signs at Mount St. Helens. The ground isn't swelling, and the gas levels are normal. So all these little quakes are just the volcano's way of telling us that it's alive and active deep down. It's a natural process. It's a bit like hearing your tummy rumble when you're hungry. It doesn't mean you're about to explode. It just means your body is working. In the same way, these rumbles mean the volcano is working deep underground. Scientists are amazing because they use all this information to keep us safe. They have an alert system for volcanoes just like a traffic light. Green means everything is normal. Yellow means the volcano is showing signs of unrest, and they're watching it more closely. Orange means an eruption could be coming, and red means an eruption is happening or about to happen. Right now, Mount St. Helens is at green. That's the lowest, most normal level. The scientists are saying, hey, we see what's happening, it's interesting, but it's not a reason to worry. This recharging process can go on for years or even decades. The magma is moving at a snail's pace. It's not a race to the surface, it's a slow, gradual refill. It's a great reminder that the Earth is always changing, sometimes in ways we can't even see or feel. So why do we study it so closely? Because understanding how volcanoes work helps us prepare for the future. Every little earthquake gives scientists more clues about what's happening inside the magma chamber. It's like solving a giant puzzle. By studying Mount St. Helens now, when it's relatively quiet, we can learn to recognize the signs of a future eruption long before it happens. This gives people plenty of time to stay safe. Mount St. Helens is actually a fantastic natural laboratory. After the 1980 eruption, everything looked gray and lifeless. But over the years, life came back. Plants started to grow, animals returned, and the whole ecosystem began to recover. It shows how resilient and strong nature is. Today, it's a popular place for people to visit and learn about volcanoes and the power of nature to heal itself. So to sum it all up, is Mount St. Helens going to erupt again? Someday it probably will. It's an active volcano, and that's what active volcanoes do. But is it going to happen anytime soon because of these recent earthquakes? All the science and all the experts say no. The little rumbles are just the volcano refilling its energy supply deep underground, a process that could take a very, very long time. There's no need to be alarmed. Instead, we can be fascinated. We get to watch science in action and learn more about our amazing planet. It's pretty cool to think about the powerful forces working deep beneath our feet, shaping the world we live in. And it's even cooler that we have brilliant scientists keeping a close watch, helping us understand it all without fear. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive into Mount St. Helens. I hope you learned something new and feel a little less worried and a lot more curious. What other science topics do you want to explore? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you won't miss our next adventure. Stay curious and see you next time.